Maraming salamat po. Please take your seats. Magandang umaga po sa kanilang lahat. Ako po si Salvador Medialdea, Executive Secretary of the President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte. And it is my singular honor to stand in these hallowed honored grounds where presidents and dignitaries have stood before me upang magbigay ng isang taus-pusong galang at dignidad sa lahat ng kahangahangang veterano ngayong araw ng Kagitingan. Ang ating minamahal na presidente ay hindi po makakarating ngayon at ako po ang kanyang naatasan upang ibahagi ang kanyang mensahe sa espesyal na okasyon ngayong araw. Before anything else, I would like to greet the following. Our respected Bataan Death March veterans, His Excellency the Papal Nuncio, His Excellency Ambassador Koji Haneda, Chargé d'Affaires Michael Klecheski, Embassy of the United States of America, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Governor Albert Garcia, Governor Amy Marcos, Mayor Alice Pizarro, Commissioner Rene Escalante, Administrator Ernesto Carolina, General Mison, and other service commanders, esteemed officers and members of the Veterans Organization, fellow workers in government, mga mahal kong kababayan. Once again, we remember on this hallowed ground the 4 months siege of Bataan in 1945. The 76,000 soldiers of the Bataan Death March, approximately 66,000 Filipinos, and 10,000 Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our freedom and the democratic values which we today all enjoy and cherish. We may say they gave up their lives so we may live. We remember that day not because the forces capitulated, but because it was the day the indomitable spirit of the Filipinos stood firm and strong even when facing death itself. The Great War tested the character of this nation, and this honored ground we stand in is witness to the steadfastness and strong moral fiber of those who stood firm in their belief even in the face of overwhelming odds of death and defeat. Our heroes endured one of the worst chapters in history so that this generation may reap the fruits of freedom and democracy. We today remember the events of the war not so we can cry about it, but we remember the event with respect and out of this come out with a resolve not to allow the sacrifice of thousands of young lives go to waste because we do not value freedom. We do not value the freedom and independence they gave up their lives for. That war may have been one of the darkest moments in our nation's history, but it cannot be said that we have not gained nor learned from it. That war proved the strength of the Filipino character amidst the great adversity and forged bonds which up to this day remain strong, resilient, and uncompromising. The brotherhood between the Philippines and the United States that has been forged by the Second World War when the Filipino and American soldiers fought side by side under the flag of freedom and democracy still remains strong. To this day, America has remained our strong military and economic ally. The Japanese, against whom our soldiers defended Bataan for many years, now remains as one of our closest regional allies, a major trading partner, and the largest provider of official development assistance that aids us in our fight against poverty and our quest for economic progress. Time has indeed healed old wounds and changed a lot of things. Ang kaaway natin noon ang pinakamahalagang kaibigan natin ngayon. The forces that face each other in Bataan have since become close allies to and are the vanguards of democracy in the Asia-Pacific region and beyond. However, we must still remain vigilant against the new enemies that threaten our way of life. Our enemies today are poverty, corruption, terrorism, illegal drugs, criminality, and threats against our environment. And unlike then, these enemies are capable of creeping into the very fabric of our society. It is only constant vigilance, courage, and by saving our nation from these forces that we can continue to enjoy the liberty that our forebears fought for. Another threat that we should diligently guard against and not allow to prosper are the acts against our sovereignty and democratic processes by foreign bodies. I now take this opportunity to congratulate our armed forces and our new heroes, our officers and men and women of the armed forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police who served in the Battle of Marawi so that our government can free the city of Marawi from the clutches of the ICs. We pray for the 165 soldiers, police officers who gave up their lives to free the city. They are all our modern-day heroes. It is therefore in this light that we invoke on the strong moral fiber that our forebears demonstrated and which this generation must bring to the fore so we can fight our modern-day enemies. Let us all be vigilant and passionate in preserving our freedom and sovereignty. Likewise, it is by right that the generation who benefited show gratitude by making it our solemn duty to ensure that the legacy of our heroes will not be forgotten, but be forever etched not only in history books, but in the hearts of succeeding generations, especially now that most of them are in the twilight of their lives. I am therefore happy to lead the groundbreaking of the Mount Samat Flagship Tourism Enterprise Zone, which will develop this shrine into a national park. May the heroism of our war heroes be immortalized by the various facilities that will be erected here, which will include an underground museum, a memorial circle, a forest reserve zone, an agro-residential zone, and a center for World War II studies. Through this development, we are optimistic that visitors, Filipino and foreign tourists alike, will indeed remember and appreciate the heroic stand of the Filipino and American soldiers, and it will bring new meaning to their lives. Now that the heroes are in the twilight of their lives, it is our responsibility to ensure that they would live the kind of life that befits their sacrifice and stature. After all, we owe to them the freedom that we enjoy now. This government therefore assures our more than 44,000 veterans, over 6,000 of which fought during World War II, that we will improve the administration of their pension accounts, provide better health benefits in PVAO accredited hospitals, and produce more graduates through educational benefits for their dependents. I am happy to report that as of last month, We have managed more than 201,000 pension accounts of living veterans and their dependents. Also, for the full year of 2017 until last month, more than 6,000 veterans and their dependents have benefited from the veterans' hospitalization and medical care through 270 PVAO VMMC accredited hospitals. I am also glad to inform you that since 2017 until last month, we were able to subsidize 50.7 billion worth of educational assistance for the Scholar ng Mga Bayani program, which produces 450 college graduates annually. This proves our commitment to look after the welfare of our veterans who have offered all that they got just to secure their future that we now enjoy, but which we sometimes take for granted. This shrine was erected in their honor, and we come here every year to pay tribute to their valor. We owe it to the remaining veterans of that great war to see that the blood that they shed in the name of freedom were worth it. The patriots whose blood stained this ground deserve the best from the people for whom the ultimate sacrifice was given. Let us all be worth that sacrifice. Mabuhay ang mga bayani ng Bataan. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay tayong lahat.